Hello and welcome. This is Dr. Anthony Festmeyer, and in this video we're going to check out E and A form minor seventh chords. Now, if you haven't checked out my previous videos on E and A form bar chords, I recommend that you start there as a foundation for this particular video. Now, by the way, when you see a minor seventh chord symbol in a piece of music, you might see it in a couple of different ways. So, for example, E, lowercase m, and a 7. That would mean E minor 7. Or another note named B flat, lowercase m, and a 7. That would tell you B flat minor 7. Another way that they're often written, especially in jazz music, is with a minus sign instead of the lowercase m. So you might see C minus 7, meaning C minor 7. All right, so let's go ahead and start off first with our open E chord. Now, if I pick up my first finger, I now have E minor. Now, that's not quite the chord we're looking for. We're looking for E minor 7, but that's getting pretty close. So in order to get the E minor 7 chord, I start with the E minor, and then I pick up the note on the D string. So it depends on how you're fingering this, but if you pick up the finger that's on the D string, you end up with E minor 7. So basically it's just a one finger chord, and you have your finger, whichever finger you're using, on the second fret of the A string. Now I'm going to go ahead and switch my fingers so that I'm using my third finger on that note. So it makes it easy when I move up my hand to bar at the fret that's necessary to bar. So second fret of the A string, I'm using my ring finger. Still E minor 7. Now if I move that finger up to the third fret and then bar at the first fret, now I have an F minor 7 chord. Just like with all E form bar chords, I could identify the name of the root note based off of where my first finger is. So my first finger here is on an F note on the low E string. So therefore, this is an F minor 7 chord. Move it up one fret. First finger now is on F sharp or G flat. So this is F sharp minor 7 or G flat minor 7. G minor 7 for the next one. A flat minor 7 or G sharp minor 7. A minor 7 is at the 5th fret, etc. Next, we'll go ahead and check out the A forms of these chords. So I recommend just go ahead and start with a minor chord, open A minor chord. Now if I pick up the finger that is on the G string and play that string open instead of fretted on the second fret, I now have an open A minor 7 chord. Now in order to make this a bar chord, I'm going to need to move it up and place my first finger as a bar. So let's go ahead and switch our fingers. So I have my second finger now on the first fret of the B string. I have my third finger on the second fret of the D string. Here's A minor 7. Again, this is exactly the same chord that I played here with fingers 1 and 2. Just now I'm playing it with fingers 2 and 3. Now I'm going to go ahead and move those each up by one fret, and then I'm going to place my bar at the first fret. Now for these chords, since they're A form chords, I'm following the root on the A string. So my first finger now on the A string is on a B flat note or an A sharp note, depending on which one I want to call it. So therefore, this is a B flat minor 7 or A sharp minor 7. If I move this all up one fret, my first finger now is on a B, so this is B minor 7. Move it up again, my first finger is on a C, so this is C minor 7. Move it up again, C sharp minor 7 or D flat minor 7. Then at the 5th fret, D minor 7. If I keep going up, I can find all the possibilities for minor 7th chords in the A form.